Hello everyone, this is Captain with the Hotshot Skull 4 characters tier list. This is something I've been wanting to do for a bit, never actually got around to it until today, so let's just jump right in. As for criteria, I guess I'm just going off of sort of my overall impression of the character based on, their actual character and like how they play, their stats, and how good they are at the game. Certain characters are worse than others, but I'm gonna give everyone the Infinity Club and Infinity Ball to sort of balance that out. Like, let me bring back. Okay, if I bring this back up, let's go in. Yeah, Infinity, Infinity. So everyone gets a bit of a stat boost, even if the impact is hurt a bit. I won't really take that into account too much. Yeah, I think some characters are gonna be an S tier, like obviously, but we'll get there when we get there. So starting with Phoebe, I mean, she's like literally the first character in the game, so she's not gonna be like anything crazy. I mean, solid stats. If we take a closer look at those, we see some A tier control, A tier spin, C tier power, but like for a beginner, it's like not bad. So I guess to start off, let's put Phoebe at B tier, solid. Like nothing insane or anything, just like, yeah, Phoebe's alright. Okay, Mike. Let's look at stats for Mike. Okay. Mike has a bit of curve on his shot. He's good in the rough, which is a plus for sure. Control is good. Spin is not as good as Phoebe. I'm gonna say. Okay, you know what? I think Mike also deserves a B, because personally I like Mike's character more than Phoebe's. Phoebe's is a little more generic, even if Mike's is kind of a stereotype of like a 2000s emo teen guy who chews gum and skateboards and stuff. Okay, Emma's the next one. I already know where I'm putting Emma. I'm putting Emma at D tier. I'm not even gonna look at the stats, dude. Worst character in the game. One of the most annoying characters as well. Like, come on, we're not, like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, I would personally never play as Emma. Like, yeah, honestly, can I make like another tier? At or below. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Let's make F tier like, make it like a really ugly color. Let's do this right now in real time. There we go. F tier. Yeah. Emma's just not it. I'm sorry. That's just me. I mean, oh, you guys can't see it. There you go. Yeah, Emma in F tier. That's my honest opinion. She's not really all that. I would never use her unless I had to use like everybody's club, or, you know, I mean, her impact is pretty good, but that's really it though. Okay, Sam is next. So let's move on to stats. Let's go back to Sam. Solid control, solid spin. Overall, I'll put him at like a, I don't know, a B plus. I'll put Sam above. Yeah, let's do this. So the closer they are to the actual like tier name, the better. I'll put Phoebe last, Mike, then Sam, because Sam's actually a pretty solid character. He would be higher, but in terms of his actual like character, he doesn't, there's nothing there really. He's just kind of a samurai that plays golf. That's really it. I think this game music is too loud. Hold on. Okay, should be fine now. Misaki is the next character, and let's go to stats for that real quick. Misaki. I would put her at, let's see, You know what? I think Misaki deserves a spot in S. Misaki's S tier. Like, no doubt about it. Personally, my favorite of the beginner characters, even though she's sort of in the intermediate category, I think she's just better than every other character in her lane, sort of. I think she's just sort of like, I don't know, has some cool celebrations as well, I guess. I don't know. I'm not crazy about really any character in this game besides like the last couple, but if I had to judge Misaki like unbiased, I would say S tier because the power is decent and everything else is decent except for the sand and curve, which aren't too much of a problem given that her stats will sort of drive you away from those areas anyway. Alright, Brad is next. I'm gonna put Brad at A tier. Yep. Right away. Just right into A tier. Like, Brad is like, I would say like, how do I put it? His character just makes up for his stats in a lot of ways. Because I feel like his control is just horrible, but his spin is as good as it gets. His power is better than Misaki's, even though he's sort of the same class of character. And yeah, they both have a high shot because of Infinity Club, but yeah. And he has that elephant celebration where he gets stomped on by an elephant, so I mean, come on, A tier is like perfect for this guy. Oh, the tier list is not showing. Yep, A tier, I would say. So this is the tier list so far. We got a little L shape going on. Chaos next. I'm gonna go for Chaos. I'll put him at B tier, but I'll put him like right there. I think he's not better than Sam, but he is better than the first two. And he's not as cool as Brad, in my opinion. Chaos is like a very unique character, but like at the same time, I don't know, it's just like, if you see his stats on the left, I'm not going to zoom in on the stats because that's too hard for me. I'm like going between scenes and OBS and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he would be cool, but look at his control and spin, just the worst. Like, the actual worst. He's like, if Emma was a big man, if you can picture that, I don't know. It's like, even Emma has better impact than this guy. He just makes up for it in power, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. I would put him in the B tier. It's like sort of leaning towards a B plus because of his character being so outlandish and like, what would I say? Over the top. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, moving on. We have Regis. Regis gets a C. I'll put Regis in C. He's a dog. That's really his whole shtick. If we go to stats, I mean, he's got good stats, and that's why I wouldn't put him at a D. The stats kind of save him there for me. But yeah, he's good in the rough and sand too, so those are a plus, I guess. But yeah, moving on. Maya. I don't know, I feel like Maya, let's look at her stats. Let's see what's going on over there. Yeah, I mean, control is not bad. It's like a slightly better version of Chaos. And her lines in particular, I'm not really crazy about. You know what? For Maya, I'm gonna go with a B. Like, where would I put Maya relative to these guys? Like a B minus sort of thing. Like right there, I think. Because even the other 4 characters in the tier, like, I would rather play as them, and I would rather, like, I guess hear their lines if we're going off of that. Anyway, next. Falcon. Okay. Falcon over here, this guy gets an A tier. I would put him right there, right behind Brad. Not as good as Brad, because Brad is so, like, he is so, like, what's the word? It's so camp. His character is so camp. It's just so leaning so hard into that surfer stereotype. Oh, I guess you can't see. Okay, let's put it right there. Okay, yeah, Misaki's still the best one so far. I think Falcon is almost there though. Like, not only are his stats good, but his character and his costumes are good. He has a falcon, like living up to his name. I have no idea where this guy is from. He's a man of mystery and mystique. And let's move on to Renee. Not as good as Falcon. I'll say, let's go Renee. I'll give a C. I guess better than Regis, because like the stats don't lie. Or you know what, I might. Okay, let's take another look at the stats. Maybe that'll change my mind. Her stats. Like really good power and control and really good spin. You know, yeah, let's go. Where's my window? There it is. Okay, I'm gonna bump Renee to B tier, but right about there. Why is it not moving? There we go. Yeah. Or maybe even above Phoebe. I gotta look at Phoebe's stats again, hold on. I'm forgetting. I mean, for a beginner character, Phoebe literally has better spin and a high shot and a straight shot rather than the curve. So yeah, I think Phoebe's still above Renee for me. Part of that is kind of because I don't like Renee's character so much. Kind of like a boring corporate teacher. Her character design as well is not like one of my favorites. It's kind of, I mean, she was like my least favorite menu character growing up. Like literally any other menu character would do. Like Brad was probably my favorite menu character, which kind of also explains why he's an A tier. Part of that is just because, I don't know, she's not so everyone, like E for everyone, if you catch my drift. I don't know, it just puts me off in a way that I don't like. And let's just move on to Z. Okay, let's breathe for a sec. I've been talking about Renee too long. Let's just talk about Renee. I mean, what did they just say, dude? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I've been talking about Renee too long. Moving on to Z or Z. This guy gets S. Top. Above Misaki. Z is S tier. I could even put a Z tier up here. If you want to imagine that, he's in Z tier. He is his own thing. He used to be, you know, the slowest character on my console when I was playing on console. Now I play on emulator, so he loads in like 2 seconds. But before I was on emulator, I could never play as Z or play against Z because it was just too slow. But now, thanks to my computer, I can actually play as Z and do cool stuff with Z, and I like that about emulator. But more on Z. Top tier power, top tier control, good spin. But unfortunately he's bad at a lot of things. So, I mean, Misaki is too, right? Misaki's not good at sand and curve, rough curve and rain here. I'm willing to let it slide for Z, because like, I don't think there's a character as cool as Z. I mean, Kratos is up there, Jack is up there, but like, Z is kind of like one of the coolest characters in the entire franchise, if I'm being honest. Up there with the best of the best. Not just because he's a robot, he's like a really cool stereotypical robot that drinks like oil and launches pectoral missiles like out of this world in every way. Moving on, moving on. Mel. Okay, we're back to the beginner characters. I would say... Okay, let's just list these three off. I'm gonna go... Mel gets a B tier. I would put him... He is kind of ridiculous. His stats aren't that good. I just finished the major stage trial with him. He's not the best, but I would put him right about there, right above Chaos, because like he's solid, right? He's like, let's move to the next menu. Like that spin is insane. High shot, high trajectory shot, control, C tier. Where was that? No, that's B tier. Yeah, he's not an A tier character, although he is iconic. I'll say B plus. Yeah, that's it for Mel, really. He owns the world's biggest thermometer. Yeah, he'd like to thank his dog or doll or whatever he says. Allan, on the other hand, let's just give this man quick old D tier. I really don't like Allan. He's so annoying. He's kind of a... There are a lot of like derogatory terms I could use to describe Allan. He's just kind of a schmuck. He's like he is the word schmuck, bro. Like he literally like he's that one hateable movie character from the 2000s rom-coms, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. There's a certain like, I guess, je ne sais quoi, if that's the right term. Just something about him just ticks me off. I just don't like this man. He's kind of designed to be hateable too, like the button-down shirt as well. Yeah, they call him Mr. Slick in this game. I think they're right about that, but that's not necessarily a good thing. I do have a double equal with Allan on Northern Fox. It's a great shot, I think, but I just don't like the guy who got the shot. Even if his control is good and his spin is good. If not for that, I would put him in F tier, but he has good stats, so I'll say D. Or, you know... I mean, he got a 100-yard chip in once when I went against him. I could bump him up to... like a C minus? I might do that. Yeah, C minus. Let's give him a C minus. I'll be a little generous to this guy. Tiffany, though, I'll give D tier. Like, yeah. Unless I'm missing the stats. Oh, yeah, C minus. Good stats. Look at those stats. Pretty solid. Let's go back here. Better than Allan, honestly. C minus, C range. And that's because she has a straight shot, unlike Allan. You know, let's move Allan back down to D tier. I'm gonna do that. There you go. Allan's back down to D. Tiffany takes C minus. Whoa, that whistle. I'm sorry if you heard that whistle. But yeah. Tiffany's not as hateable, but she is sort of hateable. She's kind of like the female version of Allan, but... And not a fan of either of them particularly. Let's move on to Kamala. Kamala has better stats. She's got, let's see. Yeah, so Tiffany and Allan have like the same control, but Tiffany has better everything else except for power. And that's about it. Yeah, Tiffany's just a better version of Allan. Kamala, very solid stats in literally every way except for her weakness in sand and curve. Let's check out the tier list again. Okay. She's above C, above all of these guys, above Mel. I would say like right at the peak of B tier. Like right up there, above Sam. Like peak B tier. I know her stats all read A tier, but her character, again, it's kind of flat and boring. It's just kind of like a voodoo psychic sort of thing. Like every line from her I can think of is something like, what's the word for it? It's so superstitious, I guess. Just very, I don't know, just not that fun. Like she has a helicopter, that's a pretty cool thing. A cool, I guess, animation or whole out celebration. Anyway, moving on. Tony, a much more fun character, better than Kamala. I would put Tony at A, like right there. Let's go back to game. I will say, yeah, Kamala has some cool outfits, I guess. Colors are pretty cool. But Tony's got even cooler colors, because look at that purple, look at that black. I think he stole a fit from another Hot Shots character, if you guys want to comment about that. But that spin, good in the sand, that control, that power, the high shot. Tony's got everything and then some. He's got, well, I say that like he's an S tier character, but I really don't think he is, because it's not a straight shot, and the control could be better, and he's bad at curve like most power hitters are. I would say he's A tier because he doesn't give off S tier vibes to me, although he has a lot of very, I guess, what's the word for it? Very familiar celebrations, and like, yeah, he deserves A tier, like an A minus sort of thing, because yeah, I can always picture him like breaking his back during his celebrations. That celebration where he goes, "I'd like to thank myself." It's pretty. He's got that Italian mob boss vibe, which they were definitely going for. And without further ado, we will move on to T-Bone. Now, T-Bone is one of those guys. He's one of those guys. Let's just go ahead and do it. Here we are. Here we go. Above this, and all of these, and Tony, and Falcon, and Brad, and Misaki. T-Bone. Is he above Z though? T-Bone is definitely S tier for me, I will say. Is he above Z though? I never really thought about that actually. Above Misaki for sure, no question, because like, if we look at the stats, perfect power and spin. He's bad with the approach, but that's fine. Not a straight shot, but his costumes are so nice, like Tony's. And he has a lot of memorable dialogue. That's what I was looking for. Tony has memorable dialogue. This guy has memorable dialogue. Those are both why. That's the reason why both of them are so high up on my list. That's part of it. But yeah, I've gotten so many good shots and double eagles. Like I got a double eagle. I think my farthest ace in the game, not including par 4 aces, was with T-Bone. I might be wrong though. Maybe it's Louise now. Yeah, T-Bone is S tier. He's him and Z and a couple others that I'm gonna go into soon that you might be expecting by my various previous Hot Shots Golf thumbnails. You can probably already see those coming, but T-Bone is definitely S tier. And moving on from T-Bone, let's see who we got next. We got Lynn next. Lynn. Let's see. Lynn. I think. But yeah, answering the question of Z versus T-Bone. Z is weak in the rain, so that's a big downside for him. Doesn't have a high shot. Not as good in spin. Man, I might just do a little this. Let's put T-Bone as the best character we've gone through so far. Let's go back to the PS2. I'm switching back and forth between mouse and controller. It's really hard to adjust to, but Lynn, peak spin, peak trajectory with the high shot, solid control and impact still. She's sort of an intermediate character. Only bad in sand, and that's it. So that's pretty good. I think these good and bad features might be affected by the Infinity club and ball selection, but I'll put Lynn right about there somewhere. I don't know where. Let's say... Okay, let's go back to Sam for a sec. Alright, so Lynn has, if we're gonna lay out all of her stats, she's got B, B, C, S. And Sam's got A, A, D, A. I mean... Yeah, I think it's gonna go to Sam in the end. Let's give Sam the upper hand in this one. There we go. Yep, Lynn's right about there. I know. I'm just noticing how many characters are in B tier, but I mean that's kind of the average for this game because like I wouldn't really put many of them in A or S. Those guys are coming up, but what I've gone through so far, they're all pretty much B tiers. I guess I could put Maya at C+, because I really don't use Maya at all. Yep, that's really about it. I kind of want to level this board because it's very one-sided, like one is way more out there than the other. Moving on. Let's see who's next. Okay, you already know, dude. You already know. You already know. You look at those stats and you know. You just know. Look at that. All costumes unlocked. On this save file at least. Like my PS2 save file has all max loyalty, but I had to start from scratch on this emulator file. And you already know which character I went to. That's Louise. That is Louise. Best character so far. Beating out T-Bone. No questions there. Oh shoot, I should... Oh man, I ruined the hype. No. Okay, let's redo that again. Hold on. Yeah, you already know. Beating out T-Bone. Louise is the best so far that we've seen. Finally, we're starting to see another tier above 3 characters. Yeah, better at pretty much everything. Like S tier power, control, and impact, and the straight shot. Dude, why are you not picking Louise? Like the only drawbacks are the impact and the rough sand and curve, but the rough sand and curve would ruin my round anyway if I was playing with someone else, so like those are kind of out of the question for me. A lot of memorable lines, just everything you want out of a character in one character, and there you have it. Zeus. Zeus is one of the coolest characters. Look at that cool outfit, look at that blue. Let's zoom in on that blue. I forgot how to zoom in. You can zoom in, right? I think you can. I'm just forgetting how. It's like triangle or something, or B? No, square is lefty. There we go. Let's zoom in on that blue. Look how cool that is. It's so PS2 coded, but yeah. Oh great, now everyone's... Oh no, he's moving, okay. What tier would he go in though? I'll have to say... Zeus is gonna get... Okay, he's above Mel. And these two. I guess right there, if I had to be honest, but like I kind of want to put him in A tier because it's freaking Zeus we're talking about. I think based on his character, Zeus is A-. Not as cool as Tony, but yeah, I would put him above Kamala because his character is a lot more interesting and his glasses are pretty interesting too, I guess. If we want to include that as a criteria. Okay, let's go back. So what makes Zeus so good? Power and control on point. Curved shot, I guess. That's kind of unfortunate. Bad in the rain. But yeah, he's one of the coolest, like, most nonchalant characters. Moving on to Hubert. I mean... Good control, good spin, straight shot, good power. He's kind of in that uncanny valley of characters where he's in that stat range between intermediate and advanced. Personally, I don't think I would really pick Hubert unless I was really getting bored of using the S tier characters. So I'm just gonna put Hubert in maybe the, let's go, I guess, I mean, I really don't want to put him in B tier, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm gonna say, or no, yeah, let's do C tier. Yeah, C plus. Like, Hubert's pretty solid, just not my thing, really. Alright, now I've got the last two characters left. I'm not even gonna look at their stats. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, this isn't the exact order I'm gonna use. I just wanted to make clear that they are both S tier characters. Like, it's awesome that we have both of them in one game. Like, isn't that so cool? I'll say, okay, Jack is above T-Bone for me for sure. And I think Bratchett is above both of these guys. I think now is the hard part because Jack and Louise are literally my two mains. And I use Jack and Louise like, I don't know, they're both up there. They are the top two. I just don't know which one is number two. I guess if I had to pick, it would be Jack, because I love the Jack games as well. And you know what? I'm gonna let that bias prevail because Louise and Jack are the best characters in the game. Okay, just had to breathe for a sec because I've been talking for so long. But yeah, that's my tier list. I'm pretty happy with that. We've got Emma at the bottom, worst character. Allan, one of the worst characters. Tiffany as well. Regis is just a dog. Maya and Hubert at C plus tier. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling... you know, I was thinking about moving Tiffany to be like D plus tier, but C minus is good enough. Renee at B minus, Phoebe at B minus, Mike at... Well, Renee is B minus, the rest are like B, and then you get to like Lynn, Sam, and Kamala, those are B plus. These four are B, just straight B. And then we get Zeus at A minus, Tony at A minus, Falcon at straight A, Brad at straight A, Misaki at S. These are all S, there's no S minus going on here, they're all S tier. Jack and Louise being S plus tier, I guess, if you want to say it like that. But yeah, that's my tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, even though it was over half an hour long. I didn't feel like editing it because I feel like just letting it go on is the best way to go about things. Let me know if you guys agree. If not, I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments, whether you hate me for my ranking or agree to a fair extent. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'm gonna also rank caddies after this, so maybe you'll see that video in the related video section, something along those lines. But whatever the case, I'll see you there. Have a good day. Bye bye.